what Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, and others are suggesting is not only wrong, it's dangerous. It will not keep us safe. This is a time for America to lead, not cower.
Hillary Clinton criticizing Senator Ted Cruz for the idea of patrolling Muslim neighborhoods. She wasn't always against it. Here she is in an interview right after 9/11.
We have to do whatever it takes to keep our people safe.
Are you including profiling, Senator?
Well, I think we have to do whatever it takes.
Tea Party Patriots co-founder, Cruz supporter, Jenny Beth Martin is with me now. Jenny Beth, welcome back. Glad to have you here. What do you make of Hillary Clinton's change of stance?
Well, she's appealing, doing what she can to appeal to her base. But we have to be concerned about what's happening with terrorism abroad and what's happening with terrorism here in this country. And the American voters want to know that our next president is going to do everything that the president can to keep us safe from terrorism. And right now she's taking things off of the table, and I think that that is part of the reason that people are concerned with her as being the potential nominee for the Democrats and eventually potentially being president. That's not what we want in our country.
Well, Jenny, to your point as well, I mean, I am assuming that's part of why we have sent the FBI or some units in the FBI over to Brussels, is because we do realize that the threat is very real for us. I want to ask you, though, about the results of a poll. It's a new Fox poll, and it shows a majority of Americans favor a temporary ban on Muslims coming into the country, a suggestion that Donald Trump has been criticized for in the past. But are Senator Cruz and Donald Trump somehow aligning on this?
Well, I think that when you look back at what happened from the Paris attacks, that we've seen that both Donald Trump and Senator Cruz both were saying that we need to make sure that we know who is coming into our country. And in fact, you can go back with Senator Cruz to 2013 and know that he's been concerned about illegal immigration in our country and potential terrorism problems as a result of illegal immigration. It's part of why I stood with him to fight the Gang of Eight amnesty bill. So it's something that we're concerned about. We need to make sure we know who's coming into our country and what their intentions are. If they want to come here and integrate in our society and be part of our society, that's a good thing. If they want to come here and do harm to us, then that's another thing. And they have to come here legally, of course.
Well, as many people point out, this radical part is less than 1% of the Muslim population. It is just that less than 1% can do quite a lot of damage and is motivated to do so. I want to shift gears, Jenny Beth. Donald Trump, Ted Cruz in a war of words and pictures over their wives. So Trump firing off the latest round with this tweet. He says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So our viewers can see it now, with a side-by-side photo of Heidi Cruz, who happens to be in a freeze frame moment. Not flattering. I have seen numerous freeze frames from my show on myself sometimes. I wouldn't want them put out. But Melania Trump in a very posed, flattering, sort of from her modeling days headshot. Senator Cruz did respond earlier today. We're going to play that clip, and then I just want to get your reaction.
It's not easy to tick me off. I don't get angry often. But you mess with my wife, you mess with my kids, that'll do it every time. Donald, you're a sniveling coward, and leave Heidi the hell alone.
So, Jenny Beth, I mean, there are huge problems in the world. We've just been discussing the challenge that the free world faces against terrorists. Should the candidates be squabbling over whose wife was in what photo shoot?
You know what, he said, Donald Trump said that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that is absolutely true. What the words that come to my mind when I see something like this coming from a candidate for president is this who we want leading our country? Is this who we want setting the example for our children? My twins turn 13 next week. I want a leader who my children can look to and be proud of. And that is not what we're getting from the behavior we're seeing from Donald Trump. And as we're sitting there yesterday looking at the attacks that happened in Brussels, we're hearing from Capitol Hill that these were potentially geared towards American tourists and Americans over there. Mm-hmm. And we have a presidential candidate doing this. We're complaining about our own president doing the wave down in Cuba. That's not what we need right now. We need real leadership.
In fairness to the Trump camp, he referenced Senator Cruz, but I know Senator Cruz did not have a direct hand, but a PAC, a super PAC supporting Senator Cruz, shot the first shot across the bow by posting that picture of Melania.
Well, it was a super PAC. We at Tea Party Patriots Citizens Fund have a super PAC. We're not allowed to communicate or to coordinate communications with the campaign. So I am certain that whatever super PAC it was that did that wasn't coordinating with Ted Cruz. If Donald Trump wants to be upset, go after that super PAC. Don't go after Ted Cruz for something he had no control over.
Jenny, thank you for setting the record straight. We're glad to have you. Jenny Beth Martin.
Thanks for having me.
With me there.